What's up, YouTube? Awesome New Gear here, and today I'm here with a match. We have Gadgets, Machina Gadgets on the left side, versus Constellars, and of course this is with the new rule changes. So the player who goes first will start with 5 cards in hand, and of course Constellar has gotten a little boost because he can now play 2 reinforcements of the army. Now, why I picked the Gadget deck mostly for um, for this duel is here we're going to see Gadget is going to go first. Um, Starting 5 cards. What all the cards, pretty much all the cards, all the normal summons in your deck are going to give you pluses. Here he summons a Machina Gear Frame, which gets him a Machina Fortress. Um, so now already has 6 cards, 5 in hand and 1 on the field, which equals him with the Constellar player who goes seconds, who can draw, who can actually enter his draw phase. So Gadget's pretty good deck um, for the new ruling, in my opinion. He drops a fortress to special summon another fortress, set to back row, and passes turn. Constellar player opens with Tanky. And he's going to activate reinforcements of the army too. So this is just the consistency I was talking about with reinforcement going to 2. He now immediately has a Pleiades play, because Pollux can get him an additional normal summon, which can normal summon cows. And of course cows can raise the levels of the both to 5. So that's probably what we're going to see. He's thinking about he is staring against 2 back row, of course, so he might actually want to make something else. But yeah, he needs to get rid of that fortress as well. Um, so another option would be Silent Loner Arc, for example. But he's going to actually make a rank 5 play, or at least attempt to. So Chaos has made himself level 5, and now Chaos is going to attempt to make Pollux a level 5. And that gets hit with a breakthrough skill. So now we have Chaos at level 5 and Pollux just at level 4. Not the best position to be in. Breakthrough skill is still a really strong card. Right now I kind of like Fiendish a little bit more, since it can actually stop attack, but Fiendish of course can get hit with Mystical Space Typhoon. And Breakthrough skill is really good against artifacts, being able to hit them twice. Hit them on their normal summon from, for example, Myrmilio, and then of course on one of your artifacts card like Moral Attack in your own turn. If it wants to pop something, banish your breakthrough skill from your grave to stop that Moral Attack as well for the turn. Pot of Jelly is being played. Adding Sombre, which of course is the Kyrkion for Constellars. Banish 1, add another Constellar from your graveyard to your hand, and then you can activate its effect to gain an additional normal summon for that turn. The Gadget player doesn't seem to be afraid of the back row, because he's thinking about special summoning the gear from it. First he's going to normal summon Yellow Gadget, getting him, I think, Green Gadget? Yeah, Green Gadget, and then Green gets Red, Red gets Yellow. But right now the Gadget player is looking to back row himself. But I feel like he wants to make the Gigant X, or at least clear the board, because right now with the Gadget he can actually only destroy one of Chaos or Pollux. With Gear Frame he would be able to destroy Pollux and then Fortress destroy the Chaos. He's probably looking to make a Gigant X, which should give him more pluses, if the play goes through, at least. So the Gear Frame is special summoned right now. and he walks into a torrential tree bait. Now remember, the Constellar player just added the Constellar Sombre, so he actually has a follow-up play. And I think the Gadget player now only has 2 cards in hand, one off the field, so he is a bit down on advantage right now, which is definitely not something you want to be when playing Gadgets. That is all about the advantage game, and right now he doesn't have it. So the Samurai is coming down, still facing one back row. And we know the Gadget player has at least a green gadget in hand, and then one unknown card. So Pollux is banished, Chaos is added to the hand. And I can only imagine Chaos is going to get normal summon. There's oh, he's going to go with Aljedi first. So normal summon Aljedi, which allows him to special summon out Chaos. Maxi is being played. And Chaos is coming down. So not afraid of the Torrential himself as a Constellar player. The damage is dealt first to get into XC in the follow-up turn, or in the main phase 2. Of course, this deals a lot more damage right now. 1550, 1600, and then 1900, because Chaos gets the additional 100 from Tenki. Chaos activates again. This time it actually resolves. And he goes into Pleiades, which is being answered with a Black Horn of Heaven. Now here I feel he actually should have just let the XC happen in the first turn and answered that, because he already had the Black Horn of Heaven. Answered that with Black Horn of Heaven instead of wasting the breakthrough skill when he didn't actually have a tremendous follow-up play. Because he put himself in a vulnerable position right there. And then he still would have had the breakthrough skill for the Sombre, which he wouldn't actually have been able to add with Pot of Jellicate, since he did attempt to special summon that turn. So as we can see, the Gadget player is now holding a red gadget. We already know the green gadget which he added, and he's holding a Dimensional Prison. So the green gadget is being summoned, adding yet another red gadget. Now this Gadget player is only playing 2 of each of the gadgets, so drawing the additional red gadget wasn't really that strong, because now he's going to see one of those gadgets being dead, because red gadget gets green gadget. Sorry, a yellow gadget, and we already used a yellow gadget. So one of those gadgets is dead at this point. But he has a Redux. He has a Redux, and he's reviving the Machina Fortress with the Monster Reborn effect of Redux. Now I feel he might have been in a stronger position if he were of just Monster Reborn another gadget, for example, and just go into Axiton. Because Fortress is being met with a Phoenix Chain, not allowing him to attack. Now, of course, Axton would have been hit by the Phoenix Chain as well, but that's hindsight. I feel like Axton would have been a safer play. Sombre is activated again. We know there's a DP, Dimensional Prison, right there. Of course, the Constellar player doesn't know this, but he's feeling quite comfortable to just make his play again. Now he has a couple of options here. He can try to get into a rank 5 again, but then risking another Phoenix Chain or a breakthrough skill. With the rank 5 he could go Volcosaurus, he could go Pleiades, he could go Terrace, which would protect him from Machina's Fortress effect. Or he can just keep the level 4s and go into Silent Lunar Arc and steal the Machina Fortress. Which would probably be a bit of a safer play, less cards that can actually hit that play. Um, but it isn't as rewarding as one of those other plays would be. But he is going to go in the Silent on Arc, playing it a bit safe. So Arc resolves, giving him the Fortress. Now the Gadget player is only left with the Gadget and the Dimensional Prison, which of course he's going to activate at this point. So now he only has the Gadget, and I don't know, I don't think the Constellar player has any cards. So we have a really simplified game state, because it's actually 2 against 2. There are 4 cards on the field of the Constellar player, but one is the Phoenix Chain, which was attached to the Machina Fortress, and the Tanky, which isn't actually a card, doesn't generate any advantage at this point. Another green gadget is drawn, which is not that good. Which of course doesn't have any targets left. He already used up the two red gadgets. They're going to attack both of them for I believe 28. And at this point, I still feel the exit in play, but he's going to go with the gear gained exit, just try and get an actual advantage back. Of course, Exiton would have been hit by the Fiendish again. Now it's the Gargant X, but Gargant has a bit of a bigger body. Stellar player draws and passes. Now the Gadget player is going to summon Redox. Oh, sorry. The first Machina Fortress play wasn't actually Redux, it was just Machina Fortress with a gadget being thrown to the grave to special summon itself back. So the what I said, reborning a gadget, was actually I couldn't quite see it, but it wasn't actually a possibility. So the Redux is being played in attack position to swing for 1600, putting the Constellar player I think at 3600. But of course the Constellar player top decks Constellar Sombre, and they can both become level 5 because there isn't any background on the field of the Gadget player. Focus Orders is being made, sending the Gargant X to the grave to deal 2300 damage. And now he actually needs to get rid of the Redux, because which in this point he has to make Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger. If you leave the Redux on the field, he gets it to his hand during the end phase, and he could actually draw into an Earth type monster to gain the Monster Reborn effect of Redux, and it's something you definitely do not want, because your field still is quite fragile, and Machina Fortress would be able to clear the field. Or he could just reborn a gadget if he still has one gadget in deck, which I don't think so, but maybe he still has a yellow gadget, and then make a Silent Honor Arc of his own. But it doesn't seem like he has any play, so he's just going to Kage to Kage, yes, Kage to Kage in hand. So he's just going to special summon Redux in defense, hoping to get it to his hands in the next turn, and maybe then draw another Earth type monster, which actually pretty decent with the Kage to Kage in hand as well, because now he can just normal summon it. I don't actually know if you're actually allowed to normal summon Kage to Kage. I don't think so, to be honest. Card is drawn and set, and turn is ended. So now we know Kage to Kage Redux, and we have a Machina Cannon. Oh, that's actually a decent top deck. So the Fortress is being summoned. I don't think you can normal summon Kage to Kage, because otherwise he would have been able to make a bit of a better play. Because now he's left with yeah, it's only when you normal summon a level 4 monster you can actually use his effect. So this is pretty much the only thing he can do. He's going to ram the Fortress into the Gaia Charger, leaving him at 200, I believe. And then just special summon the Redux again. Now, pretty much the Gadget player is going to lose against any rank 4 play. at this point. Uh, so a draw is being made, and it is the second reinforcement of the army getting him a Pollux. So if he has another Constellar monster in hand, preferably a level 4, not a Sheraton, which I don't know if he plays, to be honest, um, this is going to be game. Because he can just make Cowboy, Heartland Draco, Black Ship of Corn, whatever. And yeah, it's the LG80, so this is going to be game. Right now he's just contemplating what would be the safest to go with. If he wants to go with Heartland Draco or Cowboy or Black Ship, if he's just going to go with Cowboy doing 800 damage, and that is going to be game 1. So 1-0 for Constellars. So right now we're in game 2. Gadget player is going to go first again. Once again drawing 5 cards, but he's probably going to be able to generate advantage right away in the first turn. Now this of course is post-siding, so keep that in mind. I see a Tin Goldfish, I see a Kage to Kage, I saw a yellow gadget, so he has quite a bit of plays. He's going to go with Gear Frame, Special Summoning Kage to Kage, gaining Gear Frame's effects to search out Machina Fortress, and now he's going to be able to make King of the Feral Imp, which is going to get him another Kage to Kage. Putting him once again at 6 cards, I'm pretty sure, and he has the 2300 XCs on the field, so that's just a pretty strong place. With Kage to Kage and Gadgets, which he already has with Machina Fortress and Tin Goldfish, he's guaranteed to have some place for his second turn. Now the optimal thing would be if he actually has a back row. And yeah, we're going to see one set. So 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in hands, I believe. Right now, the Constellar player actually does have quite a bit of knowledge because he knows the Kage to Kage in hand and he knows the Machina Fortress in hand. Knowledge is power in Yu-Gi-Oh! So that might actually be a bit of a downside to the Gadget deck. You're pretty much going to show off your hand during the course of duel. Once again, the Constellar player opens with the Pleiades play. And once again, it is met with, this time, a Phoenix Chain. So Chaos level 5, Pollux level 4. So it is a strong play, but going second, it is a bit fragile, the Pollux Chaos play, to go into Pleiades. 2 back row is being set. And now the Gadget player just gets another free plus of King Feral Imp, being able to search out yet another Kage to Kage. And at this point, it kind of, because the Gadget player has so much advantage now, even if those 2 back row were to be, let's say, Torrential and a Warning or a Bottomless or something, so 2 really strong back rows, the Gadget player should be able to just grind through those. And I actually think I see a Redox in hand too, the first card, I'm not quite sure. But that would be really strong. The only problem is right now I think he has a hand entirely filled with monsters. The Goldfish is being summoned, activating its effect to special summon out from his hand Yellow Gadget. Yellow Gadget gets its effect to get Green Gadget. Once again a free plus. Really strong. And those 2 of course can make a Gigant X, which generates a plus as well if it's not answered properly. Let's see, we have a bonus trap hole, which was really necessary because the Constellar player was just risking getting completely blown out. Now the Gadget player once again is thinking about just summoning another monster out, just to get rid of both Pollux and Chaos, locking the Constellar player out of a rank 5 or a rank 4 play. He doesn't want to leave either of those. Thinking about just summoning another monster out, just to get rid of both Pollux and Cows, locking the Constellar player out of a rank 5 or a rank 4 play. He doesn't want to leave either of those on the board. To a special summon the Machina Fortress out. King of the Feral Imp is attacking Cows, and an Honest is being played. So King of the Feral Imp is going to be destroyed by battle, and the Machina Fortress is attacking and walks into a dimensional prison. So all the advantage of the Gadget player, because he's minusing himself to summon these bigger monsters, mainly Machina Fortress, is being answered by a couple of traps, leaving him in not the best of positions. So now he has 3 cards in hand. His opponent still knows that's 2 times Kage and a gadget. So he knows he can freely do whatever he wants if he were to have any plays. So those combination of answers, the Pollux is normal summoned and LJD is being normal summoned. This is really strong. I don't think he has any cards left in hand, because he has 3 engraved, which would be 7. He didn't make any pluses, so he shouldn't have any cards in hand, I believe. But of course, the field right here is a lot of damage. Now, Cows cannot actually attack, otherwise I think it probably would have been game right here. But he's going to be able to end with a really strong board. He can either make a Mega to release Cows from the Phoenix Chain and make a Pleiades or Tyrus next to it, a rank 5. Which I think would be the proper play. Yeah, Omega's being made. And the Pleiades at this point, because Omega would protect Pleiades, is going to put right next to it. And like I said, with the knowledge the Constellar player has of the hand of the Gadget player, he pretty much knows he is in a good position. He's safe right now. Because the Gadget player, I think, needs to draw yet another machine. He needs to summon the Gadget, chain Kage to Kage, get another Gadget, silent